Hi Scorpio, how are you guys? So Spiritual Barbie here, welcome back. So you guys, I filmed Scorpio's reading, and I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to redo it. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of say that I filmed your reading, and it was I mean, maybe you'd like that I redid it. It was fun. It was just like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like I should redo this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So this is your message from the universe, from the higher realms, hidden realms, whatever you want to call it, from your higher self, just what you need to know moving forward, and just what you need to understand, and also, I don't know, I guess it's what you need to do, you know, or what you should do if you're looking for advice, like, oh, what should I do? What is this? How can you explain this? This is what it is. So we have the medicine wheel. Last time we had the mystical shaman for you, but this time we have the medicine wheel for y'all, okay? So, I forget what this card is about. I'm gonna go ahead and read about it. Okay. Okay. Alright. So let's have a read for the medicine wheel. Okay. So, okay, so the medicine wheel's directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. To manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and draining your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion, and show it. End at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you're done, make sure to step outside the wheel and complete your journey. And contemplate your journey. Okay. That card came out upright, which is very rare for the cards to come out upright. So I know that you're being offered an invitation. Take the invitation, okay? You're on the right path, Scorpio, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so you're embarking on a journey. It might not be a shamanistic journey, but it's definitely a journey of the soul, in which you are being asked to shed the old, to know which direction you want to go in, to know what has been holding you back, what relationships are toxic, what aspects of relationships. I'm hearing what relationships are toxic, and have been holding you back, and then also what direction you want to go in. Okay? So, if you missed some parts of it, go back and listen to it again, okay? So let's get a message from your spirit guides, your ancestors, and your spirit team about your love life this week, possibly even about your person you're connecting with. These are mainly about readings with people who are connecting with somebody. If you're not, though, then it's just what's going on in your love life. You have to transfer the energy, okay? You have to know how to move the energy to make it work for you, as it's a general reading, okay? Okay, so fluorite, natural beauty and authenticity. Show yourself, be who you are, okay? The more you just embrace who you are and what it is that you stand for, and what it is that you desire, and what it is that you want, the better for you, A. B, it allows you to attract what is more real for you. And I also feel like, you want to be loved for who you are, and you don't want to feel like you need to mince words, hide yourself, hide this, hide that. You don't want to feel like you have to do that when you're in a connection, or in the connection that you're in. You just want to be able to be who you are and say what you feel and be 100%, so that is true love. Ace of Cups starting off underlying, and it's ending off underlying the reading as we finish shuffling for our one set. So you guys really need to understand that about yourself. And also, I feel like some of you guys also need to allow this person to be who they are, okay? So remember that as well. It goes both ways, Scorpio. Alright, so let's have a look at this person or your love life and what's happening this week. You have the 5 of Coins reversed. So I feel like if this person was out in the cold before, they're bringing themselves out of the cold, okay? They're bringing themselves out of the cold. I'm hearing for some of you guys, this person could be clinging to perceptions and beliefs that leave them stuck out in the cold. But I feel like for most of you guys, This person is coming out of the cold. They are moving out of feeling shut out, possibly even shutting you out. But it came from the fact that they felt shut out. They felt like they weren't good enough. They felt like they didn't have enough to give you. They felt like they were struggling in some way. And so they kind of, if they pushed you away, then that was the reason why. But they're coming out of that. Because I feel like they're understanding and they're seeing something from a new perspective. Neptune and Pisces energy. They're seeing something from another perspective and they're realizing, okay, what it is that they need to surrender to, what it is that they need to let go of, okay? They had a time where their perspective broadened and they developed a wider view on life, a wider view on this connection, a wider view on what they desire in the long term, like in the future. I definitely feel like their long-term plans, their future plans changed a lot. Now, if you're single, you probably won't be single for a very, very, very long time, maybe a few months, maybe like max a year, right? If you've been single for a while, but maybe a few months for a lot of you guys. But then again, I'm not the holy grail. So, you know, you decide for yourself. You could jump in a relationship right now if you wanted to, if that was what you really wanted. You know, you don't have to be single if you don't want to. That's what I'm trying to say. But I feel like if you felt like you were really alone, or you felt like you really struggled to connect with others when you were dating in the past, I feel like in the future, or happening this week, coming along this week, you're going to feel less alone. And the reason why you're going to feel less alone is because you've surrendered to who you are, or you're surrendering to who you are, and you're allowing yourself, your natural self, to show in a connection. I also feel like this person, for some of you guys, maybe because you didn't fully accept yourself, you pushed this person aside, and you kind of made this person made this person feel like, you see my hand? You see that? Kind of made this person feel, oh, you know, or, you know, the fact that you weren't being who you were, you inadvertently pushed this person out, right? Okay, so we're gonna get more clarifiers on that. So I feel like what's happening in this connection is there is this week maybe some boredom, right? But I think you're both realizing that whatever is happening this week that maybe you don't want to happen in this relationship, maybe it's like not exactly what you wanted, you're recognizing its importance, you're recognizing the fact that this is needed, you know, like the fact that this energy that you're experiencing right now is needed, and it's needed for balance in some way, for even give and take. Both of you guys have trouble giving and receiving, whether it's one person has trouble giving while the other person has trouble receiving. I feel like it's switched, right? So the feminine, she has trouble receiving, right? And the masculine has trouble giving. And this person, this masculine energy, it's definitely not attractive, right? Where they kind of can be clingy, they can kind of cling to themselves, they don't give, you know, they're not a giver, you know? And as a result, you know, you're not a receiver, right? That's the only way you could attract somebody in your life who isn't a giver and you stay, because you're not a good receiver. You understand? So this time is needed so both of you guys can learn about giving and receiving. You need to learn how to receive, Scorpio. That's what I'm hearing. This person, they need to learn how to give. And if they don't know how to give, it's because they have a lackful mindset. Okay? So I'm hearing, especially if you're a feminine, you don't know how to receive. And that's why you've had this time with this hangman energy, especially the both of you guys, but this person especially, they've been feeling this hangman energy where they have been feeling like things are out of their control, and it's because they don't know how to give. They have to learn how to give. But then also, you don't know how to receive, Scorpio, and that's why this person has gotten away with not knowing how to give for so long, because you don't know how to receive. Okay? So there's a level of patience required in receiving, and maybe some of you guys are a little impatient. I am, so I can relate to that, okay? So yeah. So I feel like this week, even though maybe it's not moving the way that you want it to move in your connection, you're not being offered what you want in this connection, you're respecting and you're understanding and you're appreciating moreover, above all else, this cup that's being offered to you by the universe, because you know now that this is actually super important. Like, it's actually really important that the both of you guys go through this time of whatever it is that you're going through, okay? And it's so that you can feel more comfortable in embracing yourself, yes, and you also should feel comfortable in embracing the fact that maybe you want certain things. You know, maybe you desire certain things in a connection. Maybe you desire certain things that maybe society says, oh, you shouldn't want in a connection. But no, why do you want it then? You want it, you know? So why should you let society tell you that you shouldn't want that in a relationship? You know, embrace yourself. That's what you want. And this person, if they're, you know, they're being brought to you for a reason, because they're supposed to give it to you. Because there's something that they, you know, they need to learn how to give. And there's a gift in giving. It feels so good to give. It's such a, that's why certain people get hooked on giving. Because it's just, it feels just as good to give as it is to receive. But you have to let yourself come out of a stubborn, lackful, stingy energy for you to see the beauty in giving. Okay, giving of yourself, giving of your resources, giving of your talents. Okay, giving of your time. Oh, so unattractive, I'm sorry. But then again, I'm just being triggered, that's what it is. So I feel like Scorpio, the Tower energy showing up with the Knight of Coins, I feel like a lot of you guys, you're realizing maybe why you've had to be patient for so long. Maybe you're realizing, I think a lot of you guys have been on this Knight of Pentacles journey, but in an untraditional sense where maybe it's not like Knight of Pentacles money, but it's Knight of Pentacles patience. I mean, this guy is super patient, having to wait for things to come to you, having to wait for your success, wait for your money, wait for this, wait for that. And you're not used to waiting and you're like, why is this happening? And now you're realizing with the Tower energy, you're having a sudden realization about why things had to happen the way that it happened. For some of you guys, though, this person could shockingly start to show up in a more consistent way. And this, I have like random, my guides talk to me through my body and through my emotions, especially through my body. So this press is kind of having pain, and it means there's resentment here, right? Some of you guys can have some resentment towards a male in your life. Okay, there's a man that you have a lot of resentment for. You need to let it go because it's heart resentment. You're having resentment in your heart where you feel like your heart chakra is blocked off because you have some resentment towards this person, especially if you're a woman and they're a man. You have a little bit of resentment towards this person. You do. And you know, you have to forgive, but that's not what's coming up for you right now. It's just like recognizing that you do have resentment. It's not about, oh, forgive them. It's just recognize that you have resentment. Some of you guys may not know you have resentment towards this person, okay, or maybe towards a past person, but I think it's this person here, okay? I think it's this person. Some of you guys are like, oh, you're mad at them, but you're like, you don't know that you're mad at them, Scorpio. What's going on? You don't know that you're mad at them, okay? So I feel like this person could shockingly come out and kind of start acting more consistent. They could start giving you things this week, right? Giving you the coins, so physical things, material things, money, even something along those lines, because they're coming out of lack. It's a lack mentality that maybe that's what caused them to not give you things in the past, whether it was time, effort, money, resources, whatever. And they could shock you and start to do it. And I feel like a lot of you guys may not appreciate this, or not appreciate this, but you may not believe that this is happening because you're so used to them being stingy. You know, you're so used to them being cheap with their time or their energy, their resources, that when they start giving, some of you guys may not even believe it. And that's why as soon as I said that, my breast started hurting. And now it's not hurting anymore. So I know that that was kind of like a message, like, you know, the reason why you don't believe it is because you have resentment towards this person. Okay, so just acknowledge, I feel a little, I'm mad at you. And, you know, with natural beauty and authenticity, why don't you just say it to them? Say, hey, I was mad at you for what you were doing. I was mad at you for leaving me out in the cold and leaving me to struggle and shit. Fuck you. Say it, you know? So it's really funny. So there's a Tower energy. There's a little bit of a revelation. There's a realization that happens behind this, okay? And with the Seven of Cups reversed and the Three of Wands, I think that you're having clarity now about why something took so long. Okay, something is, they're clarifying to you. Possibly you could even be getting clarity through this reading, but I think that for a lot of you guys, they're clarifying to you why it took so long for them to do this. Okay, I don't know what they're doing, but I think you're going to like it, but I also think that you're just going to accept it, whatever it is, okay, because it may not be exactly what you want, Scorpio, with the Four of Cups energy. Yeah, it might not be exactly everything that you want or exactly what you want, because some of you guys, it is what you want, but you still have to wait for other things, you know? Or it's not exactly what you wanted, but it's what you need, okay? So this is quite an interesting reading. I'm going to start by pulling some clarifiers. I kind of have like OCD about this Lenormand deck, so I'm going to start with the Lenormand deck. The ship. Okay, so I want to get a card on this person's energy of the Five of Pentacles reversed. Not the medicine wheel. We're saying medicine wheel though, but the wishing well. Okay, the wishing well reversed, which means, you know, it could be resisting going within, like I'm saying, or for some of you guys, this person could have journeyed into themselves. Okay, so what is this Five of Pentacles energy? This Five of Pentacles reverse energy about? The Ten of Swords. So I feel like this person experienced a lot of betrayal and hurt, and they had a really tough cycle mentally, very overwhelmed with have a lot on their plate, have a lot going on, but also felt very defeated, used, abused, mistreated, started having a lack of faith in love and in connections and in life itself. Didn't see potential in things. That's kind of what their energy was before, and they needed time to really process this and heal, and so they went through a time of struggle, right? This could have been health struggle. Five of Pentacles is definitely struggling with your health sometimes. Financial struggle, you know, or just struggle with feeling alone from others, like they were isolated completely, and it was because they needed to see themselves, they needed to heal. Okay, so the reason why they went through this Five of Coins energy is the Eight of Swords reversed wants to come up reversed, right? So they needed to see how first of all, empower themselves, but they also needed to see, okay, that they're, as Real Housewives of Tarot says, but she got it from someone else, that they're not a tree. And that they're not a victim. I feel like this person was so wrapped up in something that happened to them that they felt so victimized, and they developed so many limiting beliefs that they thought was protecting them, but it wasn't protecting them. It was actually just limiting them. It was keeping them in a really ugly, nasty place. And they're coming out of that. They're coming out of lack because their mindset is opening up. They're having an expanded view. Every single card came up reversed around this person. So they're freeing themselves, or for some of them, they're stifling themselves. But for most of you guys who are watching this person is freeing themselves. Okay, I know what collection. Sorry, what? Yeah, is it collection? I don't even know. Collective. I know what collective I'm connecting with. Wow. Okay. So they had a deeper understanding here. They kind of had to surrender. Now, most of you guys, this person is still, either, if they haven't let go yet, they're still going through it. And they will eventually in time. I mean, the Hangman won't let up until you realize what the Hangman is trying to teach you. I mean, once you get trapped in this bind, you're going to be there for years until it clicks. I promise you, you will. But for some of you guys, this person is finally coming out of that Hangman energy, where now they're having enlightenment, right? And they're seeing, okay, the potential. They couldn't see potential in anything worth a damn. I mean, they were so wrapped up, Five of Pentacles again, so wrapped up in their lack, or so wrapped up in what they lost, that they couldn't possibly see what was around them that was trying to replace what was lost. You know, they couldn't see it. You know, so they had to go upside down. Let's have a look at why. The Hermit, they had to do some soul searching and justice and realize, you know, what was just, what was right. And they also had to look into what it was that they felt like they deserved in life. You know, those situations that maybe have left their lives, was it really in alignment with you? Was that really even what you wanted in life? You know, like this person had to do a lot of deep searching that it's just for them. And I feel like since you're not them, I'm gonna move on. Okay. All right. So, with the Four of Cups energy here between the two of you, I definitely feel boredom. I think both of you guys, if not one of you guys, is really bored. Okay. And I think it's you, the woman. If you're the woman watching this, the woman is bored. If you're a man watching this, the woman in your life is very bored with this connection. Not satisfied. Very, 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 very bored. Okay. She wants excitement. She wants more fun. She wants you to do things with her, okay? She feels alone. Oh, look at that. She feels alone, especially if you're a man watching this. The woman in your life feels very alone, especially if this person is a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but Libra, Six of Pentacles, even though that's Virgo energy, right? It still has it still has a scale, and it's this person's holding a Libra sign. So especially if this person is a Libra, right? Or they have Virgo in their 6th house. They are exceptionally bored with this connection. I think they're actually kind of bored with you. that they could be kind of showing you a little bit of a colder side to them, or you could notice that they're kind of like, you know, they're just kind of off on their own because they're bored, okay? So that's a message for some of you Scorpio men, or Scorpio women that date women, right? So there is this level of boredom here, I'm seeing here, and don't try not to get bored, because you can only sit in this energy for too long when you don't take action. Like, I noticed that whenever this energy comes up too much for me, I notice that it's during a time when I'll feel inclined to do something. I'll feel like, okay, I want to do this, but then I'll just kind of lay there and be like, no. And then after the hours go by, or a few minutes go by, and then I get more and more bored, and I don't understand where it originated from. But I notice that whenever I feel that first inclination, I'm going to take this action, and I take it, I'm on a roll for that day. I don't even get bored that day, because I just keep taking the action that I feel like I want to take. Like, oh, okay, maybe I should go do this. Especially in the morning, the first thing you feel like you need to do in the morning, just go do it. Even if you're laying in bed and you're like, no, I'm tired, just go do it, because that's like your internal guidance system being like, okay, go do this, go do that, go do this, because that's the best way to take action from like a place of balance. So I feel like, you're getting a lesson in manifestation, because that's also a manifestation, right? That's the law of attraction, which is the magician. And then also with the Four of Cups energy showing up here with the magician, I feel like you both are understanding that just because you want something to happen now, or just because that's something that you want in the connection, doesn't mean it's going to happen now. There are certain other aspects of it that need to fall into place. And the Four of Cups, it's a very necessary energy. The Four of Cups, but not as much as the Hanged Man is. The Hanged Man is so essential in manifestation. It's such an important energy to have. But the Four of Cups is also important as well, because there, if you haven't manifested it yet and you wanted it for so long, then you have to take a look at why you haven't had it. And it's because you're kind of sitting in the way of it, So you're both wanting things to happen, and it's not happening quite yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it's just not happening quite yet. There's some tools of it that are missing, probably emotional, with death continuing to show up, which is Scorpio energy. It's probably emotional, probably a transformation that needs to occur, moving away from looking at what isn't there as opposed to what is there. All right, so let's have a look at why we have this energy here. It's because of the sun. It's because, there's a need to look at the bright side, that I feel like both of you guys struggle with looking at the bright side, but especially this person. Especially I'm seeing Leo, right? Let's go with the signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo. Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Libra, right? And Aries, Leo, Sag, but, a little bit of Aries, Leo, Sag, especially Leo, right? So, and Gemini, with the magician energy. So, this person could be a Gemini. For some of you Scorpios, this person's a Gemini. Sun, Moon, or Rising, Venus, Mars, right? So you both need to see the bright side in this situation, Even the bright side is just that at least you have each other. There's a bright side to this that neither of you guys really see, but you are going to see it. That what's in that fourth cup, what's in that cup that this person is looking at now, what's in that cup that's being offered to you, that actually is your wish fulfillment. It actually is. And you could be like, well, I don't want this. No, just because you're being offered this, it could just be the start of it. But through following that road, that's what gets you to where you want to be. And I have a story for it, but I'm not going to tell the story because I don't want to eat up my time. But there is a story I have around this Four of Cups energy that is very beautiful, and that's the reason why I will never look down on this card again, because it really is something you need to appreciate. Okay, so your energy, as a result of this, or whatever, vice versa, their energy as a result of you. So your energy is the Tower with the Knight of Pentacles, and I'm hearing Knight of Swords. So it's a change. So the Tower energy is definitely how you're feeling, like a revelation, a realization. Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands reversed. I think it's a realization that has been meaning to come through, that has been coming through for a while, that is going to clarify things about this connection. Clarify things I'm hearing about union, okay? And it'll bring clarity that will allow for union to take place. Three of Cups underlying, which is something happy, okay? So what is this Tower energy that we're seeing here for Scorpios? And it's the Nine of Swords, possibly about unnecessary worries, about, worrying thoughts that keep you kind of in bed all the time and keep you stressed out and worried. Okay, it's also something that may take away your worries as well. For some of you guys, whatever this Tower does, it's tearing away a paradigm that has kept you confused about this connection, confused about this relationship. Whatever this Tower energy is, just embrace it, accept it. It's medicine, right? And then with the Nine of Swords energy, with the Tower, Scorpio, medicine wheel. So with the Nine of Swords energy, with the Tower, this paradigm here that's being ripped down, it was built on fear. It was built on fear. And since it's connected to the Knight of Pentacles energy, I feel like it may have to do with the way that this connection has been going, or maybe the things that you've desired from this connection. Because with Judgment showing up here, well, with the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups, with the Two of Cups behind Judgment, so I couldn't even see it. So you're making a judgment about this connection, about what you truly desire from a connection. Some of you guys may have desired a Knight of Pentacles connection, you know, something that was stable, grounded, reliable. You know, I'm hearing money. It's different for all of you guys. But I think now you're changing around what you desire in a connection, and you're realizing that what's more important to you is love, is freedom of expression, freedom to be who each other are, right? And through love, when you have pure love, you can manifest all that other stuff. I think love is super important. But I'm a water sign, Pisces, right? So that's just what's important to me. Everybody's different. But I think you are realizing that maybe your desire for, maybe you wanted a more of an earthly sort of dependable sort of connection, to where you want someone who's near you, and you like, I never will date long distance. Maybe the reason why you always said that was because you were fearful of being hurt, being cheated on, you know, and that's why you always said that, because you could meet somebody great long distance. Some of you guys, if you always said, well, I want to be with somebody with money, or somebody, they have to have money or more money than me for me to be with them, you're realizing that that belief system or that paradigm that you were kind of acting upon, or that you kind of said, that's word is bond for me, that was more so created out of fear more than it was from a place of love. I mean, I don't think you thought you made it from love, but I think it was more so out of fear. Okay? So the way that you were doing things, I think you're changing around the way you're doing things, and that's why they showed me the Knight of Swords, and they said the Knight of Swords, because you're making a quick change. Okay? So with the Three of Wands, with the Seven of Cups energy, I feel like that this is happening because you're getting clarity about why something was taking so long. Okay? And I think that for a lot of you guys, maybe you were desiring something from a connection or from this connection for so long, and you're realizing that the reason why it wasn't coming to you was because that wasn't truly what your heart was desiring. With Death showing up here, I think you're shedding a facet of your ego. Okay? Medicine wheel. Remember that message I read in the beginning. So you're shedding a facet of your ego that causes you to desire things from a place of fear. Okay? And now you're coming closer to your soul. The Ace of Cups is also the soul, right? So you're coming closer to your soul, and you're listening to more of the voice of your soul. But I think also a lot of you guys, maybe you were kind of disillusioned. You're very disillusioned in the past. Like something that you wanted from this connection, or you wanted out of love in general, it came from a place of disillusionment. And the Tower seeks to just show you enlightenment, the Hangman as well. The Tower is going to show you. I'm hearing shower, right? It's going to show you, like, okay, it's going to heal you. With the World energy here, it's going to heal you. It's going to help you conclude a cycle. Okay, so there's definitely things up and coming this week. I really think you need to, as you have these realizations, the Tower again in two different decks, as you have these realizations, you really need to just be who you are and embrace that that's the realization, and that's what's really important to you. Okay, because that's just what it is. You can't hide that anymore. All right. So yeah, you're coming from a place of you didn't know what you really wanted, and I think that you were waiting for something to happen, and you're like, it's never happening. It's never happened. Or maybe you were waiting for someone. You're trying to manifest someone back into your life, and I think you're realizing why you wanted that person to come back into your life. You know, and the reason why you wanted it wasn't actually because it wasn't coming from a place of love. It was coming from a place of like fear. It was coming from a place of being alone, and that's where you're like, I really want them to come back. But now you're in a place where you're much more strong, and you're realizing what you truly want. Okay? I'm also hearing, for some of you guys, the reason why something wasn't happening, and I have to move quickly, was because A, you needed time. B, it wasn't the right time yet. Like, you weren't in the right space of mind to manifest this in, or to even maintain this if it came in, okay? So healing needed to take place. With the Hangman, a lot of you guys, if you're wanting something, you still want it after this death, of course it's coming to you. But who you are, the receptor that you are right now, cannot receive whatever this is. You need a software update type shit, okay? So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this made sense. I hope it resonated with you. Maybe I'll do extendeds in the future, but not now. All right, so I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks so much to all you guys. All the love, blah, blah, blah. Love you guys. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.